Button will be in seat 9. We still got 12-14 left at the 15-30-30.
How well do you run? Seriously.
Pretty good.
Last hand of Royal.
Wait, did you have the whole cards part of it, or just one?
Yeah, he was all
We went on every,
ace queen of hearts versus 6.
No,
Or
it's King Jack of Hearts.
King Jack of hearts.
Your adrenaline is pumping. Over $20,000 is on the line. The clock is ticking. Buzzer beater bad beat has begun. The famous Texas Card House bad beat is back. Take your shot to win big. Be in any Texas Card House when it hits and you get your share. $100 cash in your hand. The bad beat jackpot rises every day, and the qualifying hand gets easier and easier each day. Just by being checked in, you're a winner of $100, no matter which Texas Card House you're in. Texas Card House is the only poker club in the state offering you this. Come into Texas Card House all spring to win.
Guys, Wolfgang here. I'm here in Dallas at TCH, but on April 20th and 21st, I'm heading all the way down to Houston. That's right, they just opened up a new card room there, and I'm gonna come out to meet a bunch of you guys. The 20th is gonna be a live stream on their YouTube channel, TCH Live, and that's gonna be at 5:10. You guys are gonna wanna watch that. On the 21st, I'm hosting a meetup game from 7 p.m. to midnight. Anyone can make the vlog, and who knows, I might put a bank sticker on you if I'm lucky, not you. I'll see you guys there.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to TCH Live. My name is Derek. I'll be your commentator today, joined by Mitch Lloyd. How's it going, Mitch?
What's happening?
Got another fun lineup here tonight. Final table of our 20K guaranteed tournament here. These players have been battling since 10 a.m. for this $365 buy-in. We got a pretty good prize pool today. I think top prize of over $12,000. Each player on this final table guaranteed $1765. And as you can see on the top there, first place, $12,405.
That's a big payday for today. We're done with the world already on hand number 2 here, Derek. Which, by the way, welcome back. I know you had a cruise there you were on.
I was.
Welcome back.
Appreciate it. Yeah, had a lot of time. Got some sun. Enjoyed the tropical weather. But now back in Texas.
And happy Easter weekend
Absolutely.
for everybody out there. Sardine's back. I was talking to him just a little bit before the stream started.
Yeah, this table is chock full of regular players here. I see Carl there has final tabled a few of our larger tournaments. NRG, really good player as well. Bala in the 8th seat.
Jason in the
Jason,
second seat.
yeah. I forget the name of the man in the 3 seats. Mo, yeah. So a lot of regulars on this final table, so it should be a really interesting one. A lot of skilled players here. Let's check out the chat here and see who's here early. Kicker Problems, JD, Critical Gravy, Walter, Poker Monkey, VN Ben, Gears Locust, Danny Dingman, Jedi Master Ted.
Yeah, I was
What's up,
expecting.
everyone?
I was expecting to see Walter here today. Maybe Snow. I didn't see either one of them. I got here early this morning. Carl's got what's he go? Call? Just what do you do with? Well, he's raising with the 5s.
Akshay here with the King Jack of Spades. We'll make the call. We're going to see a flop here. Pocket 5's currently in lead.
Got a little heads up here in hand number 3 to the flop. Brittany in the box tonight there. Doing this fine job as she always does so far. I don't expect any issues tonight, do you?
Not at all. We won't even speak them into existence.
No, of course not. Well, the flop doesn't hit anybody, so Carl's going to continue. He feels he probably has the better hand, the best hand still.
Now, these players still have a decent amount of stack to play for. It wouldn't be unreasonable for Akshay here to just call here. Has backdoor spades, 2 overs, backdoor straight possibility. So I wouldn't blame them for a call there, but going for the lower variance round, and just going to go ahead and fold, give him a bit of benefit of the doubts.
Yeah, it's still early. Everybody feeling each other out, you know. See what's going on.
Yeah, especially with this early in the final table, you don't want to bust out before some of the shorter stacks. As we can see, Akshay third in chips right now, and multiple stacks with 15 blinds or less. So no real reason for really to kind of get frisky there.
Yeah, and it's still early. Maybe this is the first time he's played against Carl all day today. You know, it could be. You know, it doesn't. They all got down to the final table.
Unlikely, but it is possible.
Yeah.
Cody here with the ace queen. I think we'll definitely go for the raise.
Yeah, definitely. That's a nice hand to start off with. You know, unfortunately, it was under the gun. Oh, here we go. Pocket jacks for NRG. I was talking to him a little bit before the final table during the break. This is his second final table in a row.
Oh, NRG?
Yeah,
okay.
Unfortunately, and I did talk to David. Unfortunately, we were not able to get the live stream up last week. But I hear they're going to try and get it on tomorrow. Did you talk to David?
Yeah, he mentioned that to me.
Yeah. So I look forward to that. That'd be great because I know a lot of people, a lot of players were asking me about it. They really want to see because it was a nice one. Carl, I'm sorry, Daryl made the final table. Very excited for him.
All right, so Cody has a decision here. Can't just call. I think at this point it's either all in or fold, and yeah, we'll make the fold here. Nice hand there for NRG. Always a victory, right? When you can take down a pot pre-flop without seeing,
especially with jacks, you know, because you don't really know what to do with the jacks.
Got a few questions here in the chat. Steve C, what was the buy-in? 365 was the buy-in for this tournament. I see Snow in the chat. Hey, Mitch and Derek. Walter had too many honeydew on his list today with the winky face.
Yeah, I understand. It happens. I'm sure we'll see him back here shortly. I'm sure. I have no doubts. Snow also. Again, Joe's going to look down at pocket fives, but I want to touch a little bit on it is 365, but every Saturday, last Saturday of the month, we do have the 500. It's 500 instead of 365, and we always get a good turnout for that. Oh, looks like he folded the ace jack.
Yeah, definitely a spot where Jason could either have, I mean, for his stack depth, he could have shoved there. Would have been reasonable. But maybe looking for a better spot or maybe better holding. On to the next hand here, as we'll see, NRG is the current chip leader. Carl and Joel, not too far, or Carl, Joel, and Akshay, not too far behind. A few middling stacks, and then John here in the 5 seat with the shorter stack, but still plenty of chips. One double up, and he's back in the mix. Got about 88 of y'all, close to 100 of y'all joining us here early. First 8 minutes of the stream. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on this fine Saturday.
Before Easter,
Saturday before Easter, yeah. And it's great. What a great weather we're having here for Easter weekend.
Yeah, not too hot, not cold at all. It's kind of nice. It's not cruise ship weather, but you know. Sardine will take it down. I played the tournament yesterday, Derek. At the Turbo. I'm in cash. It was, But something strange happened to me while I was playing.
Well, it can't be as strange as what happened to that one player, right?
That was strange.
Well, if we find a lull in the stream, we'll have to have you share with the chat.
Yeah, because we got a hand going now, so. So Carl had 7 deuce. Now he's got 2-3 in the blinds. he's got to love that. Looks like we'll have the blinds go at each other here.
Swing and the miss for both players. Ace high, currently the best hand. Carl with the betting lead, though.
And they're not low.
Yeah, I imagine he's definitely going to bet out here. 0 showdown value, 0 draws here.
Yeah.
You can only just take this pot by pure aggression here. Akshay here, I mean, definitely can make the call here. Ace high definitely can be good a lot of the time against a small blind open range.
I'll make a call. We'll see a turn. I don't see. Well, now Carl has an open ender here.
Carl now turns open-ended. Akshay with a gut shot and ace high, still with the best hand.
We see here a lot of Carl's outs. He doesn't know that, but a lot of his outs are gone. He might be able to take it down here. I think Akshay might give up on it here, I think. And he will.
Nice hand there for Carl. Take down the pot with nut low. Well done.
But he did turn an open ender, so
yeah,
it wasn't too bad.
Probably one of the few turn cards he would turn that would
make him
fire again. I mean, I imagine he would fire again on an ace as well. Obviously, Akshay would go nowhere, but well done for him. Now he takes the chip lead away from NRG. Still very close in chips, though.
Yeah, these guys could, top 3 guys, even the top 4 guys could, after any hand, could have the chip lead. With just a small pot. Cody here's got an ace jack, is going to raise it up. NRG is going to make the call here, and we'll see a flop. Cody's got the better of it here. He throws a little something out there. I don't think NRG will make the call.
Bit of 60,000 right here. Second pair. We'll get it done. Nice hand there for Cody. Swing and a miss for NRG on that flop.
Yeah, so yesterday, while I was playing the tournament, I was sitting next to a regular Jerry, an older gentleman, and he accidentally picked up my car keys, thinking that they were his.
Oh, really?
And stuck them in his pocket. And we didn't realize what had happened until he was home.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, 45 minutes away.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that happened.
They'll just like meet in the middle?
No, actually, I'll finish up when Brittany gets to dealing again. We'll finish the hand. It didn't turn out too bad. It turned out pretty good.
Cody here with another strong hand, ace queen. Gonna make it 65,000. NRG with queen jack. Offsuit. Doesn't play very well out of position. Wouldn't blame him for a fold here. Also has to worry about the big blind. But I don't mind this play, actually. I don't mind. If you are going to play, I like the aggressive route here.
Okay.
He's going to run into it here with Joel, ace-king. He makes the call. And this might induce Cody to jam here, thinking that Joel wouldn't be calling with a hand as strong as like ace-king or queens or
he would think
kings or aces.
He'd come over the top.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think
it
Cody
is.
might
And
might deduce the all in from Cody, and unfortunate for Cody, Joel's is ready there to catch this shove here.
Yeah, I think NRG here is going to assess the situation, think about it 2-3 times. Yeah, he's assessing it right now.
Joel's hand looks exactly like 9s or 10s.
I think Nick's going to think about it and figure maybe he just best get out of the way of this.
And kind of a nightmare spot here for Cody, running into the ace-king, and NRG with one of his outs.
Yeah.
We'll make the fold, and I think Joel will make the snap call.
And
there's the call.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Ace queen and Joel with the ace king.
Needs to find a queen or some kind of straight on this board to stay in this tournament. Cody, tournament life at risk here. There's only one queen left in the deck. Needs a jack or king to hit runner straight. Needs a queen and a queen only. No, ace king will take this hand. GG's in the chat for Cody. Joel now our chip leader, up to 60 big blinds and a 1.8 million chip stack.
Well, what's Cody going to take home there, Derek?
We'll take a look here. Takes home a nice little payday here for a $300 tournament, 365 to be exact. 1765, so not too bad. You know, obviously not the result he was looking for, but you know, if he was in for one or even just two buy-ins, he had some decent profit there.
I'll tell you what, if I bought into the cash game for 365 and I walk out of here up 1765, I'm very happy.
Each player now guaranteed 2270, and let's go on to the next hand here.
Congratulations, Cody, for making the final table. I'm sure we'll see him back again soon.
See in the chat here, KPT 1984 says binked a nice 70,000 score playing online today. Always feels good. The final table, a big tourney. Well, congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, that's impressive.
See Ryan Crow in our chat. What's up, Ryan? For those of y'all that don't know, our CEO of Texas Card House.
Happy Easter, Ryan.
Got some small blind versus big blind action here. Queen 7. Still the best hand here. Kickers does still play. And betting out with the best hand.
And Joel will take down second in a row here. Going a heater. Speaking of heater. Oh, there it is. Kicking it now. So we started with, how many did we, 224? Is that what we had today?
I'm not exactly sure, but
I'm pretty sure. That's what I thought I saw, 224. And here we are, you know, down hand number 11.
226.
226.
To be exact.
Hand number 11 here, the final table down now to 8 players. Okay, we have, looks like we're going to have heads-up action here. Akshay and Mo to the flop. I think maybe both of them might even think they're pretty good right now with this flop here, 4 deuce deuce. Akshay does have the better king with the queen. And Mo will get out of the way. And we'll go to another hand. Yeah, so what happened, I remember Jerry telling me that he was going to come in and play the tournament today. So Emily, she doesn't work too far from here. So as it turns out, Emily has my spare card key and my spare door keys. So I was able to get a hold of Emily, and she said, yes, she could come pick me up. So I stuck around and played a little bit until she got off work. She came and gave me the keys, and then we went out and grabbed something to eat. And
oh, KPT is Kevin Tipper.
KTP?
KPT. That's Kevin Tipper. I'm like 90% sure, because he's going with the standard question that he always asks me every time I see him.
Oh.
The Queen of Felt in the chats. How's it going? We've had her on some of our live streams before, on our Wednesday live stream. Says hello. Who's commentating this final table? We got Derek, one of the regular commentators here for the cash games and tournaments, and Mitch, one of our tournament commentators.
Trying to be here every tournament when we have them on Saturday. You know, I work during the day, so I'm not here late at night. You're not going to be in early, so, you know.
You know Kevin, right? You're one of his favorite dealers.
Well, there's several Kevins. We have
Kevin Tipper, the one that always says hi to you. You should know him.
A player.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank here as far as
Oh, man.
I'm
Now,
thinking Kevin with the beard.
I'm embarrassed for you now because now he's gonna not think he's your favorite. You're his favorite dealer. Like I know that by facts.
Well, there's not too many players out there that I'm their favorite. Look at this, Mo with the queens. But I think I might be after what happened yesterday. I think I might be Jerry's favorite dealer because I didn't give him a hard time for confiscating my keys.
Got a raise from the button, and John gonna call in the big blind with 9-8.
Wow.
He's gonna go all in here with his open ender.
Wow.
Mo here with an open ender of his own.
Yeah.
I think he just has to make the call here. Price is too good. Lizzo in the chat asking, is this live? Yes, it is. With a 15-minute delay, these players are currently playing right outside our door 15 minutes ago. And he will make the call. Queen's currently in lead. John can find a 7 or a queen here.
Yeah, he needs a
to win this
queen.
pot.
How brutal would a queen be?
Oh, and there's the 7.
Oh, wow.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Looking for an ace and 9 or 9 now. Wow. Unbelievable there for John. Way behind pre-flop, way behind on the flop, and finds it. Nice hand there for John, up to 17 big blinds now. Mo in the danger zone with 5 big blinds. As we get more viewers here in the live stream chats, I'd like to welcome everyone here. We are live from Dallas, Texas, from our TCH Dallas location. Texas Card House is what that stands for. We have locations all over the state of Texas. And probably one near you. If you're looking to play some cards, I recommend you go to texascardhouse.com and see which one's closest to you.
We have one in Houston.
One in Spring, Texas. One in Edinburgh, down in the valley. One in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, just outside of Austin. We have a new one opening up here in Dallas soon.
Yeah, in Las Colinas specifically. And, of course, this is our Dallas location. Probably the busiest location out of locations in Texas.
I hear they have the best-looking dealers here, too.
I would have to agree with that. Completely unbiased. Obviously, Mitch and I are both dealers here as well.
That's what I heard. The players.
Rumor has it.
Yeah.
Rumor has it.
Yeah, the players were out there talking.
Well, he's got 2 of them, so
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, oh, we have the 7.
I thought
That
it was pretty
worked.
good. You take it like a champ.
Hand number 15 here with 167 people watching. I dig that. Jason, I'm looking at the guys here, and how many final tablers do we have? I mean,
I think all of these players have made the final table at least once.
Yeah.
Certainly the sexiest commentators. Well, thank you so much, Ryan. It's going to be a snap call there from Akshay. It's going to be a coin flip here. Mo at risk.
Mo's got to hit an ace or jack after what just happened to him with the queens, you would think, right?
Yeah, you'd think, right? But poker has a funny way of...
Yeah, I mean, if everything in the world was right, he's got to hit an ace or jack, right?
But does need to find an ace or jack to stay in this tournament here. Tournament life is on the line here. Akshay in the lead here with the 6s.
Brittany's getting everything all right here, and now we'll see the flop, and there it is.
Clean flop for the 6s. Looking for an ace or jack.
Oh, now a diamond.
Wow, what a sweat here.
A
Picks up all the
and a
outs here.
straight. Uh-oh.
That's a fun card.
Just missed. No
Paint.
diamond.
Yeah.
He needed a diamond, a queen.
Too many outs.
There it is. Too many outs. He didn't stand up. That's what happened. He didn't stand up.
Yeah, didn't have the stand-up equity there.
Yeah,
Mo will be eliminated in 8th place, down to 7 players. GG's in the chat for Mo, taking him 22.70. Each player now guaranteed 29.50. And I see, you're disappointed, Kevin, man. How do you not? He talks to you all the time.
There's so many Kevins.
But there's only one Kevin Tipper.
That's his last name,
Yes.
Tipper? Well, I don't know too many players.
Muscular guy, shaved head. Usually wears headphones when he plays. Oh my God, Mitch.
Yeah. I didn't know his name was Tipper though.
Okay, now you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's got the tattoos, and he's like into martial arts, and they're throwing the.
I don't know about that, but
Yeah, he plays 2-5. He plays the big tournaments. They're playing a little PLO.
he's been playing PLO lately.
Yeah,
yes.
playing
Okay.
PLO. I talked to him about one of the players. Yeah. Oh my, that's right. His last name is Tipper. Now I'm thinking. I thought that I didn't tell. I didn't think you were telling me his last name was Tipper.
That's what. That's what I. What else was I saying?
Well, I thought. I don't know.
This whole chat is like, how do you not know Kevin?
Yeah. Oh, of course I know Kevin.
Yeah, that's what I was so surprised. I was like, what are you talking about?
Wait,
I was like, I thought you were messing with me.
you really confused me when you told me that he's got a bald head because he's always wearing a hat. And I've seen him without it on, but I did. All right.
What a river card here. Brings in 4 diamonds. NRG's hand still best, but Carl is definitely capable of turning his hand into a bluff here. Does have the button here. NRG will continue firing.
Did you tell me 2-5? You told me 2-5, didn't you? I kept thinking Kevin the dealer.
And Carl will make the fold there. Nice hand there for NRG. Cold Downey. Stardine's mustache is a testament to traditional American values and beauty. 10 out of 10. Commentators both a soft 8.
Julian, I do know Kevin. I'm thinking Kevin the dealer. There's Kevin's, a couple of Kevins that play 1-2. I do know Kevin.
He must have been so upset when, like, the moment I brought his name, you were just like, who?
Well, no, I was thinking Kevin the dealer, you know.
All right, here. On to the next hand. Jason with the 9-10 offsuit. We'll let it go.
I just didn't think Kevin would be watching that because he's not a tournament guy. I didn't think
He likes
would.
Tournaments.
Yeah, but he's
likes
always at the cash. I mean, I do see him.
He just talked about how he won 70K online.
But I'm saying he doesn't play many tournaments here.
He plays the big ones
at the cash table. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll play the big ones, but no, yeah, he does mainly play cash, I guess.
They said when it says that, you can do whatever you want. I did what I wanted.
1984. Is that when he was? I guess that's when he was born. 1984.
He did say that. He said, once heads up, you can
That's
do
the
whatever
year I graduated high school.
I will take that and use it to my advantage.
Well, you just aged yourself.
We all know why you're there. Right. Because see, one is old.
That's okay. A couple of people saw a picture of me and my son together, thought we were brothers. So that's cool.
I don't know how your son should feel about that though.
No one's ever
Ace
told
10 here for Ricochet. Definitely could go for the raise.
me. Oh, that's a time. I couldn't see his card yet.
Just napkins here for Jason. We'll let it go. On to the next one here. Well, 200 of y'all watching with us this fine Saturday evening. Great weather we're having here in the North Texas area. If you also live in the North Texas area like me and Mitch, hope y'all are enjoying some nice weather at some point this weekend. If it's not today, well, I mean, right now you have to just watch the stream. I mean, that's what you should be doing right now. But you know, after this, maybe go for a walk with your dog or loved one at night. I like doing those late night walks. You ever do that? Obviously, there's Sunday tomorrow, Easter Sunday.
I'm sure a
Spend
lot
some
of
time
people,
family.
a lot of people getting ready for tomorrow. People go and visit other people on. They don't do that like Thanksgiving, right?
No, I actually think it's about the same. Probably on average, less people, but I think people still.
Well, they say the most traveled weekend or holiday is Thanksgiving because you have
sure.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday
Yeah.
off. After Sunday, I guess everybody's got to go back to work, right? On Easter.
Well, I think most, or I wouldn't say most, but a good number of private companies give their employees Good Friday off, right? And then they have that whole weekend, extended weekend.
Well,
So
while we have Ryan on the stream here, maybe we should talk to him about having Easter. I'm just kidding, Ryan. I'm just kidding. I love working the holidays. I do. I love working the holidays.
Everyone just is in a great mood, right?
Well, yeah, and I don't have all my kids are grown, so it's not like I have little kids at home. Now my kids are in here dealing with me. Dream therapy. He wants to know what happened at Trick Time. I think he's selling insurance down near San Antonio. Is that what I heard? I don't know. The guy like disappeared.
He might have moved to Antarctica for all that matters. Yeah, I really don't know.
Broke tire. I don't know.
I doubt that.
Nah,
I mean,
yeah,
I don't want to speculate, but I think he moved to Antarctica. Honestly,
Yeah, he was a character and a half though. I loved how dealing to him at the table on the stream. He's a character and a half, no doubt. And wherever he is, we wish him well. Yes,
yeah, for sure.
No doubt.
He's always welcome back.
Yeah, I'd like to see him come back.
Funny how, as time
It's
goes
been a
on,
while.
There are things that you've been doing for half your life. Like there are more and more things you've been doing for half your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just because he hasn't been on stream, I think Tyler has mentioned that he's seen him play in our room a few times. But other than that, I'm sure he's
Yeah,
just
I mean
doing whatever.
that's possible. I don't think he would be the kind of person who will come in and play early in the morning when I'm here. You know, if he's playing, it'd probably be later on after I'm gone. So he could have been playing. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
Good luck.
Sardine here, gonna shove the queen 9 on the button. I think the right move here.
Yeah. I think he'll take it down. Now, last time he was on, he was card dead, short stacked. We talked about his patience, and even though he was queen 9, he was playing. I would say he was playing position there. And when
Yeah,
he
especially when it folds to you on the button there.
Yeah.
You can shove a wide variety of holdings, probably as bad as 10 high, certain 10 high holdings. You probably still go with.
Yeah, it's no mistake that this young man is at the final table as often as he is. He's a great player, you know, very aware of what's going on, patience, and how to, you know, when to get it in position, you know. As all the guys here, you know, and like I said, it's not the first time. They've all been here many times. You know, we've seen Carl there on the button. We've seen him here at the final table several times. John's been here to several times, right? Joel. I just love seeing a lot of regulars at the final table. It just makes me feel better, you know. These guys, because any given day, any of these guys, you know, if you see them in the room, it's like, oh, well, you know, there's Jason, there's Joel, you know. It's really nice to always see regulars. I just love regulars. Joel gonna raise it up.
Obviously, the regular players are kind of the lifeblood of our rooms. So it's always nice to see them be successful in what they choose to do.
It's kind of funny. A guy by the name of Joel made the final table, and I'll explain that in a minute. Because we could have a hand brewer here. Okay. So tonight I was not supposed to be here with you tonight, Derek. I was supposed to be out with Wade and six other, well, a total of 6 people at the AT&T Stadium seeing Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks tonight.
Actually, Lauren and her dad are supposed to see that.
Yeah,
too.
well,
they bought tickets for him for his birthday, or for Christmas, and that was the Christmas present to see Billy Joel today.
Yeah, well, it got postponed.
Yeah,
till March.
Oh, really?
March of 24.
Are you serious?
Dude, I'm like,
wow.
You know, I mean, so, you know, of course.
What a postpone. That's what you'd think it'd be like in the same year, right?
Well, they have other shows.
That's true.
You know, so I guess they added it to the end.
That's rough. Yeah, I guess Lauren thought. I mean, they say they're like sick. She thinks it's like they got like COVID or something. Right? That's probably what it is.
You know, I read a little bit. They said people from Stevie Nicks' band had COVID. So, and they're getting older. You know, we have a hand here going on. Let's see. We'll get back to that in a second because I want to touch a little bit more.
John going to open up the hand. Akshay going to re-raise with.
John's got the better of it here with spade and a top pair. might be good for Akshay that he doesn't have a spade.
Yeah, even if you have a spade as the pocket nines, you can imagine all of John's semi bluffs have a lot of equity still, right? Any ace of spades, king of spades, and 2 overs. Nice hand there for John. And John started this table as the shortest stack now. Look at that. Back up to 28 big blinds.
Yeah.
The whole thing of playing as a short stack, you gotta just make sure you're not zigging when you're supposed to zag, and vice versa. But it's working greatly for him, well for him.
Carl's going to look down at something nice right here.
Big slick of the offsuit variety.
Go jack it up. Looks like the 40.
85,000.
Okay. Thought I saw 40 there. And our G. He's going to make the call. Now he's going to come over the top. He's going to come over the top. Okay.
Gonna make it 190 here. Carl. Still a million back here. Could definitely just go for the shove here. I like an all-in here. You can also just click it back as well. I think on average, the click back looks a lot stronger.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hands like kings or aces are probably going to do that.
Well, Nick made the right lay down there. He didn't like it, obviously, but he didn't make back-to-back final tables by luck. And I'm not going to give away where he finished last week because, we're still going to show it. So, but he did. This is his second week in a row. I guess I can say that, right? Nobody knows who's going to be there, right? They know Daryl and Nick and Archie.
Sure.
Yeah, I was a little upset for Emily. Emily was very excited. She's not been to, I took her to see her first concert, Rod Stewart. She hadn't seen any shows, so I've been turning her on to different kind of music. She wanted to hear. She wanted to go see Billy Joel. I've seen Billy Joel 6 times. This would have been number 7. So, but she was a little disappointed. She wanted to see, and she loves Stevie Nicks too. I've seen Stevie once too, but she was a little disappointed. More so that it was postponed until next year. She's like, "Why so late?" She didn't understand, Yeah, I was going to go with Wade and his girlfriend. Bo was going to go.
Gonna go heads up here. Akshay with ace-3 hearts. John with the king-jack offsuit. And John running hot here. Gonna flop top pair. Looks like John will put in the raise here. Not the play I would have chosen, just because, especially with a hand like King Jack, it's not. It won't do well if Akshay does decide to rejam, right? Because if Akshay rejams here, King Jack is never good, right? So you're folding out hands that Akshay could barrel with a lot of the time, right? So hands like Ace Jack, Ace Queen, hands that could turn a lot of equity that will continue barreling, you're going to fold out. And so for that reason, like a King Jack works as a great hand to just keep calling down with, in my opinion. But it does take it down. Actually, especially with having that Jack of Clubs, remove some combos of flush draws that Shade could have. So I would, in my opinion, I like a call there, but it does take it down. Nice hand for John.
Right?
Yeah, because if Akshay ever jams, right, it's like always aces or a better king. Kind of put yourself in a weird spot.
He used to have hair. They used to always wear a cowboy hat.
He's a great bald poker player.
All right, so Joel's going to raise here.
How come every time I have a hand, old guy has to use? Oh, shit is this?
Old guy.
Not old. No comment. No talking. Try not to laugh. That's what he's trying not to do. All right.
And NRG will throw it away.
Great fold. That was quite the pump fake there for sure. Fold our action tracker.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was quite the pump fake.
He's won every pot he's been in.
Yep.
That's what you're supposed to
It's
do.
a good strategy.
Yep.
Definitely something to be wary of as a player. Always protect your own holding and be wary of players that might be trying to take advantage of you.
Yes.
You were trying not to die laughing.
Rough spot here for Jason, but I think he has to shove here.
Yeah, Jason.
Not the best ace, but you know it's connected as well, so there's some straight possibilities. So,
and you know, I mean, he's well respected at this table. You know what I'm saying? They know
they're
he's
going to
not
give him
just,
a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, they're not going to just call with just anything, even though you know the chip. I played against Jason the other day, and
he's a short stack master for sure.
And I had a decent hand, and I raised, and he came over the top all in, which really wasn't that much. But I told him straight up, I said, you know what? I says, no, I'm not giving you more chips, dude. It's not happening. You know, so, yeah, Jason,
He's actually good at tennis, right?
he's here. He comes in right at the deadline and makes the final table. It's amazing to watch.
Yeah, he likes to do the late reg.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen a lot.
Yeah,
So he must be very studied in short stack strategy.
And that's, you know, and that's good, you know, but as often as he makes the final table, when he does it, that's what's, you know, impressive to me.
Sardine finds a holding here. Oh, no. And this is the second time Ace-Queen runs into Ace-King. Carl makes a snap call. NRG is like, what is going on here? Wondering if he wants to gamble here. Has to know he's behind.
Yeah. Yeah, there he goes.
And Sardine is going to see that he's running into the nightmare scenario with the Ace-Queen. Nothing could have done it, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's not the, you know, it's just what happens, you know. Patience again, you know. Card dead and patience, and he finally gets a good hand and just
needs to find one of the last two queens in the deck. That's not the flop he's looking for. Got some chop outs now.
A five or a queen, and no.
And Ace-King going to hold up twice against Ace-Queen. Better hand winning here tonight. Carl going to take down a nice sized pot. Sardine. GG's in the chat for Sardine. Eliminated in 7th place for $29.50. And how about another ladder up for Jason? Huh?
I'm telling you, you know,
up to 36-30, and this man will just not go away.
This is the way these guys play. Jason and Sardine, hats off. And I'm telling you, Derek, I got to get down and sit down with this guy, Sardine, and have him tell me what's the secret to the patience. How do you do this? You know, I don't know. Maybe he's been married for like 50 years. I don't know. It doesn't look like that old. You know, maybe he's got 20 kids. I don't know. I don't know. But I need to talk to him. You know, I'll take him out to lunch or something. Maybe he can teach me how to be patient at the table. Great game there, Sardine. Unfortunately, he ran into it, and I have no doubt we'll see him soon back at the final table. And nice hand for Carl.
Carl going to open the action with the 7-6. Joel going to defend his big blind. The two biggest stacks at the table going to war here.
Well, looks like Carl
flops a little something. A little
Yeah.
something something, as you like to call it.
Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see too much action. These two guys don't want to mangle with each other. You know, mingling. They don't want to butt heads here. And there it is.
Well, we got some time here. I'm going to talk a little bit about our promo going on for the month. Our promo going on since March. We've had our bad beat jackpot go all the way up to $44,000. Current minimum qualifier as of today, aces full of tens needs to lose. So at any one of our locations, if you lose with aces full of tens, and it must be a pocket pair. I did mention that.
And they have to be beat by quads.
And it has to be beat by quads. Yeah. So if you lose with aces full of tens to quads with a pocket pair against another pocket pair, obviously it could be a straight flush as well, you can have your share of $44,000. And I have to make a note, if you're clocked in at any of our TCH locations, while the bad beat jackpot gets hit, you get a share of $100. And if you're on the table that gets hit for the bad beat, the losing hand gets 50% of that jackpot. The winning hand gets 30%, and the rest of the table shares 20%. So pretty good payday for those players that are on that specific table.
No doubt. Hey, a cool $100 just for being in the room.
Mm.
You don't even have to be in Dallas.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can be in Houston, in Austin, any of the TCHs, which is cool. That's what we do.
And I do have to mention that bad beat jackpot does go up $1,000 every single day. It gets reset at noon. Excuse me, not reset. It goes up at noon.
Yeah.
$1,000, and the hand ranking goes down. So tomorrow will be $45,000 with a minimum qualifier of aces full of nines.
All right. NRG's going all in. By the way, while we were talking and talking about the promo, my favorite hand back-to-back, pocket tens. NRG getting it all in, $640K. And I don't know if John can make the call here. No, it's going to be for a big chunk of his chips. Pocket tens taking it down 2 hands in a row. No, Omaha. Unfortunately, this time, I know we did it once before where the Omaha hand counted for the bad beat. No, the Omaha does not count. It's for Hold'em only. And we even had time where the tournament, if you hit it in the tournament, it still counted. But not this time.
No, that never worked for a bad beat.
Not, are you sure?
Yeah, it was for high hands, but not.
Not
my
fault. Yeah, my fault. You're right. I know
What's
we did
the minimum
something.
qualifying hand? Well, right now it's aces full of tens, and tomorrow we'll go to aces full of nines. Seth.
So I thought about making
Do we pay it out? We've paid out every single bad beat that we've had here at Texas Card House. And we have our CEO in the chat right now. So if you have any questions, shoot your questions towards Ryan Crow. He can definitely help you out. And honestly, we can help as well. We're pretty knowledgeable about all the happenings here at TCH.
Yeah, that's right, Ryan. Tomorrow will be aces full of nines. Tomorrow at noon, it'll drop from aces full of tens to aces full of nines.
What's the lowest qualifying hand that could theoretically get down to? It literally will keep going until the bad beat gets hit.
Yeah,
and
it will drop,
Last time I got the kings full. Like kings full of like sixes. Like something ridiculous.
Yeah. It hit a roll.
You just picked prematurely. Yeah, pre-game.
Well, it wasn't a bad time to get it. Final table bubble.
All right, well, it looks like Carl's got the better.
Yeah, so even though the minimum is a full house, but it does have to still be beat by quads.
Yeah, but then when it goes down, if it goes down to a flush, I think a full house will be.
But that won't happen.
Yeah.
I don't think it will happen.
I don't think so either.
Theoretically, we could get down to a flush, and then it could be full house over full house.
Right.
But at that point, it's very likely going to get hit. Yeah, I think Ryan's right. I think it got down to kings full of sixes or something like that.
Yeah.
Kings full of sevens or sixes. But anytime the minimum, the general rule of thumb for all our bad beats, ladies and gentlemen, is that whatever the minimum qualifying hand is, say it's a full house, it needs to be beat by a hand ranking above. So quads for that matter. And then if it's a flush, then it needs to be a full house.
There you go.
So
we got a hand going right now.
pedal to the metal here from Carl.
Carl is in the lead with a pair of fives. And the bet.
A nice hand there for Carl. Seth Bryan in the chat. God, imagine the action if a flush qualified for a bad beat. Yeah, I mean, when honestly our rooms start to get very, very packed. I mean, they already are packed, but they people get a lot more excited for them once it gets down to the aces full of whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Or the full house. If it gets down to a flush, you'd see me here playing every day. I'd give up all my shifts and
yeah.
No, that's very unlikely. I like to see it though. That'd be pretty cool. That means the bad beat would be like over 80,000 at that point, probably, right? No, yeah, it'd be even more because it'd have to go to all the full houses. So it'd be over 100K probably.
Jeez. All right.
Right? Yeah.
I'm playing 20. I'm playing nonstop until it hits. Joel's going to take it down.
Down to our final 6 players. Each player guaranteed 36-30. And this is when the pay jumps start to get a little serious here. 36-30 up to 45, up to 56, up to 71, and then 94, and then 12,400 for first. Nice little payday.
Looks like we got about 300 people tuning in right now. Hand number 37. Jason going all in. John debating. He's not going to fold this, debating on what to do. There it is. He wants to isolate.
Oh, my gosh. And if Carl could find the call here.
That may be the best thing John's done so far at this final table. Putting the pressure on. Normally a situation like this, you just call and try to eliminate the players, but Jason doesn't really have that much to do that. They still could double him up, and he's still not scary.
Yeah,
but now Carl doesn't know what to do here because he's got a good hand.
What a spot here for Carl. And, you know, I think, let's see. How much does John have? 950K. So it's under 20 big blinds. So it's not unreasonable here for Carl to call, but I don't blame him there for the fold.
Yeah, you know, again, John is another player. Very scary. You don't want to give him chips.
No way.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I feel much better now.
So let me see what
So
you have.
Carl's going to see the ace-jack suited.
All right. Much better now after you said that.
And wish he called,
I mean,
but still.
half my
We'll have to see this flop, see how the board runs out.
blind, so.
You know, whether or not.
I can't call. I didn't realize
So it looks like Jason's at risk here with the 10-6. I don't think he even looked, he said. So went all in with a random hand. Found the 10-6. Does have live cards. And not a bad flop for his hand. Has a gut shot and 2 live cards.
And he hits the 6.
Wow.
Oh, wow. He did the stand-up.
And that's how you do the stand-up.
The stand-up, there it is. You know, and we were talking about it during the week. We were talking about it. You can't just stand up. You got to feel it.
You got to feel it. You got to start shaking everyone's hands.
It's got to be sincere. You got to like, yes, okay, I'm standing. You know, it's got. You can't just stand up. You got to mean it. You got to feel it.
Nice in there for Jason, and Carl there would have won a massive side pot if he had made the call.
Yeah, but he's got to shake that off. And Carl, he'll shake that off. He's like, you know, we'll move on.
Can't pick up a decent hand, so.
John's going to look down at pocket 7s here and figure out what he wants to do with that. Raise a little something here, right? And he will.
think it's gonna be another all-in here from Jason.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it coming too here.
So I mean, if he makes the call here, and he is the shortest stack, so I'd like an all-in. You have nothing.
Yeah.
You have nothing really to
Yeah.
lose here. You've already laddered up how many spots?
Yeah,
I'm going for the double up
Didn't
here,
work this time, but
I'm not pulling the pair.
and it's another coin flip here for Jason's tournament life. Ace 10 of clubs against the pocket sevens. Which hand do you like here?
You know,
Edge?
any hand that has a 10 in it, you know, and it's an ace 10. I like the ace 10. That's suited too, but John does have a club also.
And there's the 10.
There's the 10.
Wow.
Any hand that has a 10 in it, 10s come out. Well,
There are chop possibilities.
another diamond. Woo.
Ooh-wee. I mean, you're pretty much free rolling at that point, I guess. But you still want to win the pot. Nice hand there for Jason. Went from what, like 260K
Yeah,
2 minutes ago up to $1 million now, and John now the short stack.
And the way Jason plays, you know, it wouldn't surprise me at all if he came back and won it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the kind of player he is.
So apparently, some of our fellows in the chat are some mathematicians here. Obviously, you can just look it up, but I mean, very simple math here. They're saying if it got to a flush, it'd be 222,000.
Well, I'd love to see it.
That'd be insane. There'd be people coming all over the country for the bad beat. They're like, wait, there's a flush minimum qualifier?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, you know, I'm telling you.
It would be hit the moment the day it got hit to a flush, right?
If
Because then
I-
it's flush over full house. Or
Right.
they get full house and lose to a full house.
Yeah, could I sell my seat? I couldn't tell the guys at the front desk that, right?
of course that hadn't
All right, looks like we got an all-in from Jason, putting John all in. John actually with the best hand.
You're going anyway.
There's a sweat there.
There's
Jason got to find a pair, but John open-ended.
Yeah.
I like the turn.
And he'll get there.
Don't like the river.
Wow.
I don't like the river.
And John up the 5 big blinds. Lives to fight another day.
I do.
Got a question here in the chat. How does the computer know the cards of each player before the players even look? Well, you see those nice little targets on the felt.
Yeah.
The players put their cards there, and the
they're-
RFID and the computer reads the RFID chips in the specific cards. Each card has a different RFID chip, and that relays it back to our computer here.
Yeah, you see the round bullseye in front of each player. As you watch the dealer, she tries to hit the bullseye, and then of course the players will scan the cards and get little chips in them, and that's how it's done.
Does TCH use Ante first or Big Blind first? So we used to do Ante first, and I think because that was the TDA rules, and I think recently TDA changed it to Big Blind first. So now we're going into Big Blind. It's changed. I think since I've worked here, it's changed 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So I think currently we are Big Blind first to be more player friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Got an all-in from Akshay, a call from Joel, a call, another all-in from John.
Well, looks like Carl's going to stand up for John. John could be in trouble right here. He's got King Jack, and so does Akshay. Joel's definitely ahead here.
Oh, and Akshay makes the fold, and that's a really good play there.
Yeah.
Realizing the possibility of a pay jump available, and Akshay's like, oh, wow, I folded 2 of your outs.
Yeah, yeah, he's very happy about the fold. It doesn't mean a Jack or a King's not coming, but that's, you know.
Safe flop there for the pocket 8s. Needs to find a King or Jack.
Well, there's a diamond. And then 8.
Good playing with you.
Yeah, nice hand there for Joel, finding all the best hands and holding. John will be eliminated. GG's to him. Eliminated in 6th place. Taking home a nice little payday of $36.30. And how about Jason find another ladder up here from the short stack, up to $4,500 now for 5th place. Everyone looking to win that top prize of $12,400. And I did see a question here in the chat from Claire. What's up, Claire? Says, could you tell me the best site to go to if you're learning how to deal cards? And I can actually help you out there. So I used actually YouTube, and actually one of our dealers here that works at TCH Dallas runs a YouTube channel called True Poker Dealer. And if you look up True Poker Dealer on YouTube, that's probably one of the best resources you could do to learn how to deal all poker games, all limit, pot limit, no limit, how to shuffle, how to cut cards, how to cut chips.
Yeah,
he has everything on there.
All the way from the very beginning.
Literally from all the way to the very beginning of how to just cut chips is like lesson number 1.
How to shuffle cards.
How to shuffle cards.
How to pitch cards, yeah.
How to pitch, where to pitch, how to hold it, everything. I highly recommend that. That's what I use to learn how to deal. Because TCH Dallas was actually the first place I started dealing. And I couldn't believe it when I first came into work. And I saw Mark here dealing. I was like, wait, aren't you a True Poker Dealer? And he was like, yes.
Yeah, Mark's a real nice guy, too. Yeah, very friendly, really nice guy.
Yeah, so Claire, I highly recommend that, looking up that on YouTube. But look that up after you finish watching our stream here tonight. How about that?
Yeah, definitely.
True Poker Dealer.
Yeah. Well, here we are down to the, final 5? Are we at 5?
If you have any other questions for us, Claire, happy to help out.
Yeah.
By the way, good game for John there. Who doesn't come in every Saturday, but
when he does come and play, he usually does very well.
Yeah. He if we'd see him more often at the final table without a doubt if he were here every Saturday. But when he comes, he's always a threat to make the final table.
Got a nice comment here from Swig and Smoke Barbecue. These two are the best casters in the poker scene. Thank you very much.
That's cool. I dig that.
Degenerate Lifestyle, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat again. Says, what was the buy-in? $365 was our buy-in. It's our buy-in for our Saturday tournament every week. And occasionally we do a $500 50K guarantee once a month, typically at the end of the month. And Jason here with the aces.
Things are starting to turn around. Everybody's in trouble at the table now. He's been card dead now. He's got some chips and he's getting cards. Oh, he could have them right where he wants them now.
What? Are you kidding me?
Oh, no.
5-handed, and we have aces against kings. The nightmare scenario here for Carl. I mean, he's definitely going to come in for the raise, but anytime I'm in a big tournament and I have kings, just please don't have aces. Just please don't have aces. Have any hand here but aces.
And there's one of his kings. That's even worse.
415, 420.
Oh, Carl will be drawing to 1 out here. This is not good. No matter who it is, you hate to see this. You hate to see it.
If I'm Jason here, I'm going to take a little bit of time here, make it look like it's a tough decision, or But at this point, if Carl's raising the 420 here, 420, and Jason goes all in, there's no way he's folding. So
yeah, this would speed this go a lot quicker for obviously Jason knew what Carl had, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame him, right? Yeah. It's a big spot here.
Yeah, and it's like I said, he's. Yeah, that's brutal.
Sick hand here. 2.4 million chip pot here. The biggest pot of the night for our tournament. And this could really set the tone for the rest of the final table here.
Yeah.
If Carl wins this, he's going to have an insane chip lead. If Jason wins this, he takes the chip lead. And Carl kind of down to crumbs here.
Yeah, but he's way behind. One of his kings are already gone. King of Diamonds was folded by NRG. So he's drawing right now to 1 out. He could, flop a straight draw or a flush draw, but right now it's looking pretty disastrous.
Only 1 live suit for Carl as well. What a sick setup hand here.
Well, either way, we're gonna have a story.
Either way, you're going to have a story. There's no doubt about that, Jason.
Yeah.
Well, the king of hearts, and that's it.
And wow, what a pot there for Jason. Gets the full double up, and Carl now down to 16 big blinds. Not the worst scenario, right? Obviously, it would have been much worse if Carl was has tournament life at risk.
Right.
Lives to fight another day, but now Jason up to 50 big blinds.
Well, Jason has quickly become the story of the final table here.
Had about 6 big blinds, say 20, 30 minutes ago. Now up to second in chips.
Definitely on life support, and now the rest of the table is in trouble because the man is scary, and he has chips, and he's starting to get cards. Could be trouble. Devastating blow to Carl there. Let's see if he can recover from that. NRG is going to look down. He's got Queen Jack, and it's got to be a little gun shy right now after seeing that last hand that just happened. He's got to be a little like, ooh, I don't know. You go take a little deep breath, sit back and relax, let everything calm down after that last hand.
Yeah, and someone here from the Twitch side of things says from 7 big blinds to 50 big blinds in 15 minutes.
Yeah, scary.
Two of our biggest stacks here. Going to war here. Joel going to flop bottom pair. Jason with a gut shot and 2 live cards. For this price here, I think you have to make the call. Wow, it makes the fold surprising. Very surprising there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and I got to tell you, I agree with you. But after that last hand, he's still trying to settle down. He's not focused. He's like, you know what? Let me just throw this away. I guarantee it, because that
might have something to do with it. Yeah.
That was just a killer hand, and you know, like let me stack, let me regroup, let me get situated. Discipline, very disciplined. I mean, you know, it's a great position to be in. You know, Carl's over here trying to do the same thing, only, but you know, a lot of his chips went to the other side of the table. A lot of excitement so far tonight out there at this final table. Look at this, ace-8, ace-8.
Over 300 viewers joining us here tonight. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Down to our final 5 players. Jason been kind of the story of the night here. One of our shorter stacks coming into this final table.
There's Sardine. Sardine, we got to get together, young man. Lunch on me. I got to talk. You got to teach me. You got to teach me the patience. NRG with Jack 10. Things are starting to calm down a little bit after that brutal hand.
Yeah, we're live from Dallas, Texas. You're listening to voices of Derek, that's me, and Mitch Lloyd.
That's me. Hand number 46 here. 320 of you watching.
With a great time here every single Saturday night, commentating over these final table live streams. I know a lot of our viewers look forward to watching this every single week. A lot of our regulars do, at least, and then they get to chat it up with us on the table. Wow, Carl. Gonna move all in with the 8-5. Akshay gonna see that he's actually in the lead here with the 9 high.
Sounds like chuckle from everybody at the table there.
Hands combined. I'll just make it straight.
Good luck.
Akshay at risk here, though in the lead. Obviously,
chop adds chop possibilities. Well, not now.
Interesting. Runner spades or 3. Oh no. Wait. Who? 9 high of the week? Yeah, wow. 9 high, the best hand. Akshay gonna find the double up. The 9-7.
Wow. I got to tell you, I think that's the first time I've ever seen here at the final table. 9 high? Wow.
Ash N in the chat says, hi from Canada. Well, hello there. Our neighbors to the north.
You ever been to Canada?
I have. I have some family there.
Oh. I've been
to Vancouver, Toronto. Yeah, I think those are the two I've been.
I've been a couple of times, a few times. Quebec, Toronto. A little town called L'Assomption.
Oh, the French Canada.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to French Canada. All in from Akshay with the 9-8. NRG snaps him off with the Jack-6.
Wow.
Good luck, guys.
He came in with a plan. He probably looked at his hands like, I'm calling any all-in from Akshay here. Knowing that Akshay is capable of making some moves from the small blind. But don't count Akshay just yet. Don't count him out just yet. 2 live cards for him. Jack-6, currently the best hand.
Oh, anything can happen. Let's see. Well, 7. I guess it's still the same. Only, well, missing everybody.
And Jack High will be the winner here.
Wow.
Akshay going to be eliminated in 5th place. GG's for him. Taking home 45.75. Each player now guaranteed 56.95. Down to our final 4 players now. I want to see in the chat who y'all are rooting for. We have Joel in the 1 seat, Jason in the 2 seat, Carl in the 7 seat, and NRG in the 9 seat. Who do y'all think is going to win this tournament? It's anyone's game here.
Say that in secret. 9.
Johnny wants to know if we've been to Regina. Is that a town in Canada? I've never heard if there's. I don't know.
River 8.
Yeah.
8. Max fun.
Carl going all in, still trying to regroup from that monster hand. RG with the 8-5. Seriously thinking about it, he knows Carl just had that brutal hand with the kings. I got to tell you, Carl, one of the nicest guys in the room, you know. He's going to lay it down. Carl will take it down, a much needed hand there. Hopefully that'll calm him down a little bit, get him back on track. Down to the final 4. Let us know who you're pulling for.
Cold iron. I tank for the blind.
You got Joel over here in seat 1. You have Jason in seat 2. Carl over there,
That's not very nice.
seat 7. And then RG in seat 9. The lovely Brittany there in the box.
5 big blinds or something.
Keeping things going smoothly and straight. Carl going to look down with the
Until you get penalized and then you get 66.
a weak ace. Go ahead and raise it up.
The strain's probably like
Joel's going to make the call here with a suited king.
taking with 4-3 off.
With Carl's exact stack size, I wouldn't mind just a shove either, 4-handed.
Yeah.
Can definitely get it through, pick up the blinds, which is definitely important for him at this stage of the tournament. Will come Jack 9-8, not the right flop for his hand. Ace side though in the
I
lead.
think if Carl makes a bet here, he could take this down, but he's going to check it.
We'll find a pair now for Carl.
I get the feeling Joel's going to lay down. He sensed the weakness there from Carl. Yeah, board was a little scary, a little floppy. Could have think maybe Joel was going to slow play, see if Carl will go ahead and go all in, snap him off.
Carl the short stack here with 9 big blinds. Joel and Jason with the majority of chips. NRG with a middling stack, and it's really tough for NRG to really make any moves here, right? With Carl with such a short stack, it's hard for him to want to make any plays at pots or even commit a stack with marginal holdings here. I mean, with Carl so short, you're just waiting for him to bust out first. So that kind of gives Joel and Jason here the reins, per se, right? They can really drive the action and force energy out of a lot of pots.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of people pulling for Carl here. You know, everybody loves an underdog. Not that he's an underdog, he's just short stack. He's definitely one of the, I mean, he made the final table multiple times. He's definitely an awesome player here. Jason's going to take this one down. I like a suited Jack Queen. But Carl definitely getting a lot of support from the chat. I kind of like that. Sardine there saying that, Brittany's the best dealer we have in the house, Me, I just like to be the best left-handed dealer over the age of 50 at the table.
Yeah, best over age of 50 white male at the current table.
At that table, yeah. Yes.
I too strive to be the best dealer at the table.
That's what
every time I deal.
That's what I'd strive for, yeah. But I just want to be the best left-handed dealer of my family. That's all.
Kind of a lull in the action here. For those of you that don't know, we are currently running a bad beat promo at all of our Texas Cardhouse locations.
There it is.
Aces full of tens, our minimum qualifier here at Texas Cardhouse. You can play at any of our one of 5 locations: Austin, Spring, Edinburgh, Texas, the RGV location, Dallas, Texas, or Houston. 44,000 to play for. Need to lose with aces full of tens to quads. With little asterisk, need to have a pocket pair.
Yes. You ever deal a bad beat, Derek?
I have yet to deal a bad beat. I've dealt plenty of high hands that have held.
I dealt one bad beat back in Baltimore. It was very cool, actually. A friend of mine, his name is Tim, he came in to play, and he had recently lost his wife 3 weeks to a month before that. And it was the first time I saw him since his wife had died, And he said he was going stir crazy, he had to get out of the house. Mm-hmm. And he said maybe I'd come down and we also had some high hands, $500 high hands going on that night. He said maybe I hit a high hand, make me feel better. And I said, well, maybe I'd deal you the bad beat. And I did.
He used the losing hand?
He had the winning hand. He had pocket ace.
That's still a very good payday.
He had pocket aces, and the other guy had pocket eights. And it was funny that the flop came ace, ace, 8. Uh-huh. The guy had pocket eights, and he looked over and saw Tim look up at the TV, and he said he wanted to see what the high hand was, and he said, I knew I was behind. He flopped the full house, and he says, Mitch, I knew I was behind.
He either has ace 8 or quads.
He said, I knew he had quad aces, and I put the 8 right there on the turn, and he knew.
Yeah.
He knew before they turned over. I said, all right, guys, show me pocket aces and pocket eights. And they did. And very emotional time for Timmy. He actually cried a little bit. It was kind of cool. Very cool for me.
Well, how about that? So he sat down, and you happened to be at his table, and you're like, hey, I'll lead you to the bad beat. And it happened.
He was at the table already. That's when I came to the table.
I see.
I came to the table. The first time I'd seen him since his wife had died. And I said, hey, sorry about his wife, And it was kind of cool. It was really cool.
Yeah, no, that's an awesome story.
The room was packed. Every seat in the room was filled.
How big was the bad beat?
40,000.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I think it was about 40,000. And if I could, I mean, every seat in the house was filled, and if I could have dealt it, if I could have chose who to deal it to,
Right. And you dealt it to him. That's crazy.
And the other guy was the best tip in the room too.
Oh,
by the
really?
way. It was
It was meant to be, huh?
It was a perfect store for me. It was perfect, you know. But I was happy for both of them, you know, especially Timmy. He's a good guy.
We got a question here in the chat, and yeah, I forget that sometimes we have a lot of new viewers in our chat, and I forget to do it every stream for our final table. But the 5K chips are the blue chips, the 25,000 chips are purple and green, and then our red and white, I like to call them the candy canes, are worth 100,000. For those of y'all that do not know, so we have 100,000 5K and 25K chips in play currently.
Yeah, the $25,000 chips, they're kind of hard to see. The blue ones stand out. The ones that are hard to see are the 25, and the white ones with the red, like you say, candy cane. They're the big chips. But yeah, a lot of people say they have a little trouble seeing them up against the felt, especially with the older felt that we had. This one here is a little better.
Yeah, the red felt really stands out. But yeah, I can see on the darker felts. Hard to see the black chips and the purple chips for sure.
No, Johnny. If I could have, I'd love to take credit for that. But maybe it was just Timmy's night. You know, it was very cool to do that for him.
I'm sure he feels really bad about that.
Real quick, Derek, I do have a question for you. You know, we'll watch the hand and I'll give you some time to think about it at the end of the hand. You were gone for a whole week on this cruise. What was your favorite part about it? I want to know because you know I haven't gone on a cruise yet myself, and I'm thinking about it. You know, everybody's like, "God, you got to go." So,
well, we got an all-in here, so
let me know.
I'll tell you after this
after
hand
the
here.
all-in.
Looks like Carl going to move all in with the 9-8 NRG. Going to make the snap call with the best hand. Looking to find a 9 or an 8.
Looking for a 9 or 8 for Carl. 9 or 8, no.
And that's it for Carl. Carl going to be eliminated in 4th place, taking home a nice prize of $5,695. Down to our final 3 players, each player guaranteed $71.55. We have Joel, we have Jason, we have NRG. All in the mix here, all with over $1 million in chips. Let's play some poker.
Congratulations again going out to Carl. Played great. Unfortunately, ran into the Kings versus Aces, and it was very hard to come back after that. You know, crippled in chips, and then, of course, anytime you have the Kings and the Aces, it's just ugly. But, you know, we'll see Carl back. He's a regular here at the cash tables. Always good to see you, Carl. Look forward to seeing you, Stu.
Yeah, so I guess probably my part, I'm a big foodie, so I always like the food on the cruise ships. Very good food is available to you all day, every day. And then I got to hold a sloth, so that was a lot of fun.
I think I saw the picture.
Yeah.
They had some pictures?
Yeah, I got a picture I can show you. And, you know, David's actually been joking and making that my official photo for my live stream photo.
There you go.
Jason, nice to meet you, Jason.
Yeah, I did. I think it's so.
It was on Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, somebody was posting my song.
So that was a lot of fun, and I got to, you know, enjoy some nice tropical weather on the beach. We went to this with a lot of the crew too. You know, Victor was there. Pretty much everyone. We went to this beach restaurant called Crazy Lobster in Costa Maya. It's kind of like the main tourist attraction in that spot. But it was a lot of fun because all the tables were literally on the beach with like umbrellas and tables and chairs and whatnot, and you could just go straight into the water. And they had like gear that you can rent from the restaurant for free if you were a paying customer at the restaurant.
Yeah, there was. I know there was a lot of you. And, to me, that's always, you know, no matter what I do, you know, everybody loves their alone time. But if I do anything special, I always like to have, you know, friends or family with me. Let's see.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite day. Was hanging with everyone out on that beach. I'm sure you still saw some of the photos as well.
Yeah.
Jason here going to flop middle pair here. Should be good a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Me too.
A question here from Seth. What cruise line did we go on? We went with Royal Caribbean. I'm not going to lie, not my favorite cruise line. I've been on about 3 different cruise lines. Obviously, I was able to go on this cruise for free, luckily. You know, thanks to the
TCH.
goodwills of the TCH. But
Yeah.
I did have to work every day. But if I were like a paying customer, I think my favorite ones are always the Norwegian cruise lines. In terms of best bang for the buck. And I think I like the layout of Norwegian cruise lines better. But I still had a blast, obviously.
Well, I guess eventually I'm going to have to do it because everybody who's gone on them, everybody's you got to do. So
The problem, though, I'm going to sell you is you're either going to love it or hate it. There's no in between, and the problem with cruises for some people is that they find themselves really bored, and which I can understand if you're like trapped on a ship. And the part I don't understand, though, there's so much to do on the cruise. A lot of the times, the people that are bored on cruises, it's their fault.
right,
They're not making the effort to find stuff to do.
I totally understand that. I mean, I know that they do make things.
There's literally a schedule of events posted on your phone app every day, and if you make the effort, you don't have to have a friend. You just do your own thing. And I think the problem is when people go in groups is they always feel like they have to be with someone, or they always have to be in the group, right? For me, there were some days I ate dinner by myself because I was like, I'm just gonna go eat dinner by myself, have some alone time, and then obviously there's some days I'd hang out with everyone. So it really is just how much you put into the cruise is how much you get out of it.
I got you. Wow, look at this flop here for Jason. Got a couple of diamonds.
Jason hitting a nice run of cards here. Another hand that Joel can't make the call with unless he wants to make a play at the pot, and it's gonna be another small pot there for Jason. I
don't think Joel wants to tangle with Jason right now.
Yeah, say if that king was a king of diamonds, I could see some merit to calling. Try to hit an overcard, try to hit some backdoor flush.
A diamond.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to mess with Jason right now. He's started off kind of slow, but he's come on, as my grandmother used to say, like gangbusters. I don't know. They still use that phrase? I don't know.
I've heard it once or twice.
Yeah,
maybe all from you.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. I don't use it that much, but I it's in my pocket. I use it whenever I need it. NRG here going to look down at the kings.
And anytime you have kings, you just please don't have aces.
He's looking over at Jason. He's like, I know. Jason's got aces here.
He's going to wake up with aces here.
So let's see. Joel's got the Robbie. I'll throw that away.
Let's see. It's it's a little bit larger than a normal raise size here. But Jason will make the call here, defend with a suited hand here, which as he should.
And he'll see a flop. Let's see what he's like. Maybe he can hit something.
Wow, and he does flop equity here. Any 6 gives him a straight. Does have backdoor hearts as well.
With this flop here, our NRG might maybe not go heavy, maybe try and trap a little bit here. Try to get a call here.
Yeah, I like the sizing here because you can get calls from a lot of ace-high, even king-high holdings. You don't have to be as worried about the clubs having that king of clubs. So I do like the sizing a lot here. You can also get Jason just spaz out with like open-enders or gut shots. Jason will make the call, which is pretty standard for both players, I think. Wow, and turn is going to actually give Jason open-ender now.
Wow. I think NRG might be tired. He might be have enough with fooling around with this. He might just go ahead and take this down now.
I wouldn't mind it all in, honestly, because the sizing would be kind of awkward. If you say you bet 250, you're only leaving yourself.
I mean, the 3's still not that scary. It's scarier than what he thinks, I would say.
Yeah. He's going to go for the even smaller than what I thought he would. Trying to set up that river jam.
Yeah, I think Jason's got to make the call here, right? Let's see if he can. If he makes the call, the last thing he wants to see is an 8 or a 5, because then he might think he might have a winning hand here.
Yeah, for that price, I like a call.
Yeah.
Energy really milking every bit of equity from Jason, right? I mean, just a straight draw here. Oh my gosh!
Wow!
And there is the straight for Jason.
I mean,
safe for it's good for energy
yes.
because it is an ace.
Yeah, it's an ace, so he can get
and
away
it's a club.
from it. But it's. I mean, Jason is just on fire right now. You know?
Finds the straight. It does bring in the front door clubs,
Yeah.
but it's hard to imagine NRG having a hand like that. You'd imagine he would check all of his flush draws. That makes sense, right? Like king, queen of clubs. It would make sense for the hand to bet the flop and then check back turn. I don't imagine that hand barreling turn against Jason. And there it is, the 325,000 bet. And
Call me, please, bet, please.
Oh, you called him.
Wow.
And I guess he made the call, and that is a nice pot there for Jason.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Double gutted.
Yeah, NRG is definitely going to go back and dissect this hand thoroughly and watch this one, no doubt about it. That's one that stings right there.
NRG now down to 5 big blinds. I mean, hindsight 2020. I think I like a jam more on the turn, just because a lot of the holdings that Jason's going to call with on the flop are probably going to call an all in anyways.
Yeah.
So you're just really charging those big draws. For Jason's specific holding, I think would have folded it out.
Yeah,
But hands
yeah.
like flush draws, maybe top pair. Pair and a flush draw, I think, are never folding anyways. But you can fold out hands that might have some equity, like ace highs or flush draws.
Yeah, I think.
Or not flush draws, straight draws like what Jason had.
Yeah, if NRG would have thought he probably more expecting to see clubs there. If he's going to lose with the clubs. To see the 5, he's a little bit more. Anyway, things going Jason's way 100% now.
Yeah.
Jason and Joel, with about the same chip stack.
I don't know if I can call.
But if you shove on turn, I ain't call.
Right, I understand. No, I understand. I see what you're saying. I could have gotten the rest.
I kind of like.
I'm sorry.
I mean, the aces. I have pocket kings, like the king of clubs. Ace is
Really?
like the worst.
Oh, so he didn't call?
Yep.
No, we did.
He did call.
Yeah.
Okay. He just didn't show. I got it.
Wow, I didn't put.
All right. Well, you want to do the where you listening from right now? We're getting down to 3, and maybe after this hand, read a couple.
Sure, if you want to.
All right. Well, where you listening from? We do this every Saturday. We get down to a couple of people left, a couple of players left. So if you're listening, there's 320 or 28 of you watching. Let us know where you from.
Yeah, type in the live stream chat where y'all are watching from, all around the world, all around the country, all around the states. We just like to know where everyone's watching from. And it's being all in from NRG. Jason can, of course, make the call with the 10-8 suited.
Thank you. Oh, that's not bad at all.
And
Good luck.
I didn't even look.
I didn't either.
And Emily, if you're listening, let me know. Oh, he hits an ace and a deuce.
2 pair is good for.
We need a lot
There's a
of
10, but he needs another 10, and 10 only. There's only,
10 is what I need.
and there it is. And a nice double up there for NRG. Yeah, Emily, if you're listening, let us know.
So we see some people typing in the live stream chat right now where they're watching from. Go ahead and throw it in the chat. Your state, your country, your city. Let's see some pride here from where you're watching from.
See a little Baltimore already over there. A little preview there. After this hand, I'll let you read some out there.
And a walk for
There it is.
for NRG. Wow.
How does that happen?
It shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't want to double up the short stack up to a reasonable stack and then start a spiral.
Yeah.
You know, we see people come back from short stacks. So
Yeah, we've seen it.
I don't mind the discipline every now and then. Also, you kind of think when they're that short, they're just going to call you with anything anyways. Jason with position here. Going to fold the Jack 5.
All right, so there it is. Take it down. You want to read a couple, see what we have over here?
Let's see here. We got Gig Harbor, Washington. Austin, Texas.
Mark.
Kentucky. What's up, Mark? Hillsboro, Oregon. Michigan. Saginaw, Texas. Little Rock, Arkansas. Spokane, Washington. Seattle was 30 years in Dallas when all poker was underground. Well, you should come back to Texas when we have, you know, legal rake-free poker.
From that standpoint, I thought it was a good, because I wasn't really
Johnny from Colony, Texas. Danny, Dayton, Ohio. Eric R., Godley, Texas. Andy, Bartolone, Baltimore. Guadalajara, Mexico. Very cool. Allen, Texas. And Miami Beach. What's up, M. Gordon? Boston.
Boston, go Sox.
Doesn't take long.
Oklahoma. Poker Hell, Columbia, South Carolina. Elgin, Oklahoma. Fredericksburg, Texas. Montgomery, Texas.
I saw Chicago there.
Hey, there's Emily. Frisco.
There's Emily.
What's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in for the past hour and a half. We're now three-handed for our Saturday final table. These players have been playing since 10 a.m. for this $365 buy-in.
In hindsight.
Well, I doubt if Jason's been playing that long.
Oh, that's true. Jason probably registered with 30 seconds left in registration.
If he told us that, I'd believe it 100%. And number 67 here. Hit a 4. Jason doesn't really have much going here. NRG will check. The turn will bring the 8 of clubs.
I have like 6.
Jason going to look down and ask him what he's got left down here. Which at this stage of the game is a legitimate question, I think. Jason, go ahead and throw a bet out there, 125. And there it is, NRG with the all-in. Read the hand right there.
I'm actually really surprised Jason didn't shove pre-flop there in that spot. You know, gets a lot of hands to fold anyways. And King 7 suited, very strong against what NRG could have in that spot three-handed. But Jason, I've seen, you know, a lot of hands that I've seen him play. He plays very low variance style,
Yeah.
you know, and very disciplined there.
He's a very disciplined player.
Okay.
Jason with the 9-10 off. If you know, it is a suited hand, or it is a connected hand here, so you definitely go for the raise in position.
You know, I gotta tell you, it would probably be very beneficial for me to take Jason and Sardine out to lunch. You know, learned
Get
patience.
you get a little master class from the tournament masters.
Patience and discipline. I could, I could get it both.
Like 1 million almost even.
Yeah, I guess I did that one. All right. Nice hand.
NRG will take down another. 2 back-to-back final tables for NRG. Maybe I should invite him too. What are you doing?
Let's have a final table like brunch tomorrow. It's Easter brunch with the final tablists of our Saturday tournament. And maybe we can make that like a weekly thing or a monthly thing, Mitch. Like if you final table one of our tournaments here, or how about we make it like if you final table our Saturday 50K, the 500, the bigger one. You get to come and have lunch with me and Mitch. Maybe on us or on the winner.
Well, that reminds me. A couple weeks ago, before you left to go on your cruise, we talked about a hoodie, giving away a hoodie.
Right. And there's no hoodies left.
There's no hoodies left. Yeah, I still, we still got to give one away. I'm finding out because I do want to do that. Find out when they're coming in, and give it away. Well, we don't have to wait till they come in, do we? We could just give it away when it comes in. We send it out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out like that.
All right. Do that at lunch.
The asterisk on the lunch is whoever wins that tournament gets to pay for our company.
I love that even more. Yeah,
they get the pleasure of our company.
Yeah. I'm asking questions. I'm talking. I'm sitting next to Jason and Sardine. Patience, discipline. I need to know. Wow, look at this flop. Are you kidding me? Look at this.
Just flops the straight with the straight flush redraw.
Yeah, wow. And NRG's he's got a 9 of clubs, hoping to see the 10. This could be disastrous for NRG here. He's going to lead out for 60. I'm going to assume a smooth call is in order right here.
Yeah, too strong of a hand here.
Yeah.
Hands that have the ace of clubs are calling you anyways, so you're kind of bloating the pot unnecessarily, and you might fold out hands that, exactly like NRG, that have a club that are worse than yours, and only can just draw to a chop, so... but this side the raise here, surprisingly. Maybe trying to commit hands like ace-king with the ace of clubs. Wow. And
well, this could help out NRG. Could help him get away from this.
Let's see how Jason plays his turn card here. So he's raised the flop.
Let's see what kind of trap he sets. He's got to try. He knows he's got to try to set a trap here.
Bet a 350 from Jason. And it's a kind of interesting spot here for NRG. I mean, his only move here is all in if he feels like Jason is bluffing. But all those hands that are semi-bluffing still have a lot of equity, so I don't think those hands would fold, right? Any hand containing the ace of clubs, probably not folding to a jam.
Yeah.
Hands that are for value, you're just completely crushed against. Flop flushes, flop straights, the king, and does make the fold. Nice hand there for Jason.
I don't know what I would have done if you.
Is Jason going to show him? There you go. He's going to show him.
Look at that. Straight with the 10 of clubs.
And the 9 of clubs. You flopped the straight too, yeah?
I flopped it, yeah.
Nice.
But that turn was like,
Johnny in the chat says seat open at table 15. So I guess we have.
Well, I think he was talking to Mark. You can't see the chat. Mark wants the hoodie and lunch.
And lunch, okay. Look at this here. Jason getting all the hands here.
I'm
Ace
telling-
King on the button. Definitely going to go for a raise here. It's just a matter of how much.
Jason asking Brittany about the blinds. Apparently the blinds are 40, 80, and 80, not the 30,
Wow.
60. Look at this.
NRG three-handed. Going to
Yeah.
have King, Queen of clubs.
Wow.
A snap call from Jason in a nightmare scenario for NRG. Needs to find a queen or running clubs. And we could be heads up after this hand here. NRG at risk.
Absolutely. It's felt like all day.
Brittany going to make everything just right here.
Well, it was kind of a typical raid. I mean, I was going to make that one.
Pretty standard spot, though.
Three-handed, yeah. I think that
This
just
could be
gotta play
a case where we have
whatever happens.
the same two guys heads up sitting right next to each other. Why is that always the case?
It happens a lot.
Yes. All right, well,
For
here,
a queen.
here it is. Brittany's going to go ahead and throw it out there.
Not
No.
the flop that NRG's looking for. It needs to find a queen. And
there it is.
And that's it for NRG, out in third place
Enjoyed it.
for $7,155. Each player now guaranteed $9,425. And now we're heads up.
Well, definitely congratulations there to NRG. Going deep back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, congratulations to him running deep in two big tournaments here at TCH. Now we're down to heads up here. And
We have Joel and Jason.
and it looks like they're already talking about possibly doing a chop here.
Well, Brittany's holding up, so I think that's what they're doing.
And we are getting word from Cooper right now, just right now. It looks like they are going to chop heads up for an even amount here, $10,915 each. Quite the payday there for both these players.
Chop right down the middle, you know. These two gentlemen are very familiar with each other, and, you know, they play each other all the time.
And they probably have a lot of respect for each
Of
other's
course,
play.
sure.
And obviously, a lot of our regulars here are very kind to each other. They like to pay each other's bubbles. They like to chop even money.
Yeah.
They understand they've been playing since 10 a.m. Obviously, not the result we like to see. We like to see players play heads up. It's very exciting.
We both do, yeah, no doubt.
But they are going to go ahead and chop heads up here, $10,915 each. Thank you, everyone that's been tuning in for the past 2 hours. Thank you all so much. Let's congratulate both of these players, Jason and Joel, for playing a great final table, taking home a great payday. And, of course, thank you to Brittany for dealing our final table, Bryce and Donovan for running our tournament today every single week. And, of course, thank you to Mitch for commentating with me here tonight. And, of course,
my pleasure.
Who did action tracking? You did Cooper did the action tracking and producing today.
Yeah.
So running solo back there.
Yeah, we hope Tyler feels better. We hear he's sick at home. We hope he feels better, Tyler.
So thank you to everyone that's been tuning in. Y'all have a great Saturday, great rest of your Saturday, and a great Sunday, of course.
Well, don't forget tomorrow we're going to do the final table.
Absolutely.
For the free roll, and hopefully get in last Saturday's show in. And
yeah, should be a fun Sunday. So happy Easter to everyone. Good luck to all of our participants in our free roll, 15K guaranteed free roll tomorrow. And of course, should be a really exciting time tomorrow. So thank y'all so much.
Right.
We chop, yeah.
Behave yourselves.
Oh, and as we're ending the stream here, we're getting a $50 super chat from Ryan Crow. Says, thanks, guys. So really appreciate the support there,
Thank
Ryan.
you, Ryan. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ryan. You have a great Sunday or Saturday, and have a great Easter with your family there.